I've had this Nikon 70-200mm F2.8G ED VRII lens for over 7 years, and since then there's been another 2 models come out, including a Nikon Z mount version. So why haven't I upgraded to those? Well, find out next. When this Nikon 70-200mm lens came out, it was extremely popular with wedding, portrait, wildlife and sports photographers. It had an outstanding reputation for being super sharp edge to edge, excellent in low light, and was very versatile for its focal length. Also the fact it's an internal zoom made for good weather and dust resistance when you are shooting in harsh conditions. I bought this lens to make up the trilogy of f-mount 2.8 lenses that I had. So I had 2.8 all the way through from 14 to 200mm. I began using this lens mainly for wedding and portraits, but nowadays I use it more for landscape and wildlife photography. It really is a superb lens and still one of my favourites that I have a bit of a soft spot for. Now I use this lens mainly in combination with my Nikon D850, but have used it on my D750 and I've always got amazing results. So why haven't I upgraded to the latest 70-200mm lenses from Nikon? I'm not trying to take away anything from those latest 2 Nikon lenses. Both are excellent and I'd be happy to own either one of them, especially that Z mount version. But in terms of overall comparable performance, I couldn't really justify selling my current 70-200mm on the second-hand market for approximately $1,500 Australian dollars. Then I'd have to fork out another minimum $2,000 to $2,500 just to get basically the same lens that'll do the same job I need it to do now. The other reason I didn't sell this lens is because after I tested it on my Nikon Z7 camera via the FTZ2 adapter, it worked flawlessly. In terms of eye detect, sharpness and video compatibility, everything was certainly good enough for me. For landscapes, I really love this lens, especially when I've got it teamed up with my Nikon D850 here. It's sharper than my Nikon 80-400mm lens and pretty amazing for sunrises and sunsets. I took this lens with me to Japan in 2017 during cherry blossom season and was really glad I did. I was using a Nikon D800 back then, but it still did an awesome job. Having that versatile focal length, all at f2.8, allowed me to capture some magic images. With the price of new lenses literally going through the roof nowadays, I can't see myself getting rid of this lens anytime soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed this long-term review of the Nikon 70-200mm F2.8G ED VRII lens. Never stop creating, and I'll see you next time.